Alright, so gonna start like a new series on the YouTube channel and also on the stream. Pretty much on the first stream back after a Grand Prix. I want to sit down, chat with you guys, discuss the Grand Prix, but more importantly, just watch the race highlights and react to what was happening from the race and discuss a few things. Then we'll jump over to the Formula 1 Reddit, look at everything that was posted on the Reddit throughout the race week. Then we'll jump over to F1 Fantasy, have a look at how myself and other people did in the league, and then also hop on to F1 Play and see how we did there. And yeah, just overall have good vibes, discuss the Grand Prix and what will hopefully be an amazing season. At the start of each video, I'll have my reactions from my watch-along on stream. So for anyone who doesn't know, every Grand Prix on stream, or if you want to sync up with myself and the rest of the chat, we can watch the Grand Prix together. So all my reactions from that live as the race is happening, just a few like snippets of, you know, reactions to certain things like a driver crashing or a driver overtaking or a driver winning the race. Just quick little reactions to that at the start of each video. So yeah, we'll start off with those.
That is Sergio Perez stopping by the side of the track.
And now if he gets that going, he's duty bound to come in the pit lane.
This is not what we want. No. Alright, thank God I had to put Sergio on my team, but he's still on Red Bull for me. Yes! 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 Go.
And it's lights out and
Let's
away
go.
we go. And it's one behind Max Verstappen.
Is that Leclerc round though?
Down towards
Oh my! I called it! He's out! It's I called it!
Spearing off into the barriers.
They haven't shown the crash. Hopefully it's not bad. What a way for Mazepin to start his first race, man.
Hamilton now will try
Go
to
Leclerc!
him, and Verstappen immediately darts over to the right-hand side. Gasly is challenging him.
All the Alphas touch back there. Perez up a spot.
2 and 3 as Verstappen goes into turn 4 ahead of Hamilton and Leclerc. Bottas and then round the outside.
Nice move from Lando. Someone's crashed.
Could have been Sebastian Vettel right at the rear of the field.
It's Gasly. No.
Spinning off as well. I wonder if he's tangled.
It's Gasly. Gasly has the yellow T-cam.
Alonso with DRS.
Go Sainz, go, get him.
Well,
Lovely racing.
Alonso
Bahrain's such a good track.
towards turn 4. Sainz now pulls out to the left-hand side.
Lovely.
The Aston Martin
and
Sebastian
Vettel.
Ocon is ahead, going into the braking
Botted
zone.
out.
Vettel
Come on,
looking
Max.
in his wing mirrors to see what's happening.
He's going to get a nice line for the second straight.
Positions that Hamilton's going to force Verstappen the long way round. By the time they get to the corner, he's about a third of a car in front. By the time they get
Oh, I thought he killed him. I thought he killed him. Oh, not politics. Not politics. Not politics.
Sir Lewis Hamilton
Perez actually fucked him with the first lap. Wow. Fantastic Grand Prix. Fantastic Grand Prix. Really good Grand Prix. That was sick. Really good. Props. Oh my lord. Bottas, Norris, Perez, Leclerc. Amazing Grand Prix. Probably one of the most technical Grand Prix I've watched in a while. Fantastic. Loved it. Race of the season so far. Race of the season. What a race. What a race. Fantiddly-tastic. Wow, 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 wow. What a Grand Prix. Hype. Had everything. Midfield battle, championship fight, leading fight. I guess you could say it is a championship fight at the end of the day. Politics. It had everything. Fantastic. Loved it. Great. And then yeah, after the quick reactions, we'll get into yeah, the race highlights and all that, and just overall discussing, and then I'll snip it down into a video for YouTube sized content. I don't know how long it could be. It could be like 7 minutes, could be 10 minutes, could be 15, who knows. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing this after every Grand Prix weekend, because it's a good place to just discuss things, debrief a day or two after the Grand Prix have happened, and just yeah, look back at and then reflect on hopefully many good Grand Prix. Let's get into the Bahrain race highlights. Now, obviously we watched it live on stream, so this was obviously super sad. I thought his race was over here. 100% thought it was over. But he pulled back through, so it's so scary seeing someone go off there now after the whole Grosjean crash. I mean,
Yeah,
just drop the
that's what
car. I
thought.
mean,
He got a bit
it's
trigger
at
happy
the end of the
with
day, I
throttle
think
and went
it
off.
comes down to both things. I mean, it seems like Haas has not improved their car at all, and it's a combination of the car being complete dog shit, but him not being able to control that car. You know what I mean? Like, if a car is dog shit, yes, blame the team. But if the driver can't drive that dog shit car, they're also somewhat to blame. You know what I mean? It's a bit of both at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Could have been Sebastian Vettel.
Yeah,
right
and
to the
obviously
rear of the
Gasly
field,
just
and there's a
Backup.
Gasly making a
Whereas
mistake
the
there.
second Haas we've seen, with just where they put the throttle
I mean,
and,
coming back to the Haas thing real quick. I mean, Mick doing the same thing with the Haas. The car just doesn't look stable. I mean, I don't think that's Schumacher's fault at all. It's just the car is just pretty undrivable. But with the Gasly situation, he was starting on the med tires, so he's always going to be swarmed by the soft runners. He would have had a really good race otherwise. But yeah, just one little mistake, cucking his wing. It's tough, man. It's tough. I love this. I love this race purely because of how both the top teams did different strategies. Very tactical race. I liked it. He came out so far behind Hamilton. That was a tough part. Vettel, okay, this was ridiculous. Vettel coming on the radio here and going, he moved lines. And then the broadcast cutting to Ocon just keeping a straight line was funny. I mean, you know, obviously Vettel made a mistake, clearly made a mistake, but to come on the radio and blame the other driver when it was clearly your fault was funny as fuck. That shit was funny. This is the first glimpse of the last 10 laps of anxiety. Wonder what would have happened if Hamilton didn't go wide there and lose 4 tenths. Wonder if Max still would have got him, probably. I'm assuming so. So obviously this is very political.
Will Hamilton be complaining because he took the position whilst off the racetrack?
Alright, I'm going to get it out of the way, right? Because I've spoken about this on stream. We spoke about it last night. I don't really want to get in a big conversation about it. But all I want to say is, this is all I got to say about it, right? Let's ignore everything else that happened in the race. Everything else that was said, right? This move is considered illegal in my opinion, right? This is illegal. Okay, this move is illegal. The stewards made the right decision, but they did it in the wrong way. If this was Imola, right? If this is whatever track we're at, right? Another track, another situation, and A car overtakes B car off track, it's considered illegal, right? It's considered illegal. So why should it be fine for Verstappen to overtake Hamilton here? Oh, because of all the stuff earlier happened in the race. So pretty much everyone's telling me they would prefer, you guys would rather the incorrect decision to be done in the right way than the correct decision to be done in the wrong way. For me, this was the correct decision. You should never be allowed to overtake someone off track. And he had to give the place back. Correct decision. The way it was done was completely dumb. The whole inconsistency with Lewis during the race and the whole inconsistency with the FIA driver briefing during the race, before the race. The decision was right. It just was done in the completely wrong way. Alright, moving on. This is hype. He was so close for this last lap. So it goes live. Fantastic Grand Prix. I loved it. Every single moment of that Grand Prix, most of it, was so good. You know, that Grand Prix had everything for me. I loved it so much. That was an A+ Grand Prix. I wouldn't say it was S tier because obviously, you know, nothing insanely crazy happened, but it was an A+ Grand Prix. You had an amazing first 10 laps, just heaps of shit going on. You had what is probably going to end up being a championship fight at the front where we don't know who's going to win for the entirety of the race. We had a really, really good midfield scrap with a lot of good overtaking, I felt, and some decent battles as well. We then had the last 10 laps of anxiety, like not knowing who's going to win. Well, Max is chasing him down. And then obviously at the end, we had the good old typical F1 politics, which always throws a spanner in the works and gets everyone discussing about an F1 Grand Prix. I thought it was a fantastic race. And to think that Bottas got cucked by a 10-second pit stop, extra pit stop, and could have been in that fight. And not to mention Gasly as well, another midfielder who could have been putting on some action down here. To think, for me, it was that great of a Grand Prix, and we had those two out of it as well was crazy. But yeah, I mean, I'm so hyped for this season. What a fucking Grand Prix. Like, sitting on my edge of the entire race, waiting to see who won was, man, I loved it. Loved it. Like, it was sick. I enjoyed every minute of that Grand Prix. So obviously Lewis winning the race, fantastic finish from him. I'm so looking forward to him and his fight with Max for the rest of the season. It's going to be insane. Yeah, Verstappen obviously put on a great show, tried his best. I think Red Bull's strategy was slightly off today. Yeah, Bottas I think would have been up in that fight towards the end there if it wasn't for that pit stop. So yeah, Bottas, pretty good race from him. Perez flying back through the field. field. I feel like I've not seen, maybe except for Albon at Belgium, I don't feel like I've seen Gasly or Albon in the Red Bull do as well of a drive as Perez did today. So I hope that's a good sign for the rest of the season. Leclerc, good finish, you know, good result in a Ferrari. Looks like Ferrari's race pace is nowhere near as bad as it was last season, so that's good. Yeah, the Alfa Romeos both look pretty decent this weekend. Not great, but a bit of an improvement. Ocon, don't know what the fuck he was up to. Obviously getting taken up by Vettel, which was tough, but that Haas is not looking good. That Haas is not looking good, honestly. Bottas felt like, from what I heard in this interview and the interview he said on the debrief show, is that what it's called? It sounds like it honestly sounds like he felt like he was the second driver today, playing second fiddle, post-race show, second fiddle, second strategy to Lewis for the weekend. And that's what I found interesting. Like he felt it and he said it as well, that he felt like he was the passive one, the one playing in the shadows for Max. And yeah.
Do we believe it now? They're not the favourites?
I think we do believe that they're not the favourites, but I do think that they are much closer than maybe people thought that they were going to be versus Red Bull. I think they're pretty close, evenly matched.
Definitely. I don't think Merc are the favourites anymore, but yeah, I did expect them to be a little worse than what they were. They definitely got their downforce sorted out after testing and practice. They showed up in qualifying looking good, and the race even better. So yeah, good on them for that. Alright, that's it for the videos. Now, like I said, we're gonna do like a Reddit recap for each week. I see other streamers doing this on their own Reddits, other Reddits. So yeah, we're gonna do a Reddit recap type thing for each Formula 1 Grand Prix. So yeah, let's get into it. Top of the last week. Let's have a look. Obviously, Max takes pole, 36,000 upvotes. My lord. So this happened. Replying to McLaren generic email to actual Zach's email worked. Wait, what? McLaren Plus, bringing you close to the team with McLaren Plus. Victor, we the fans believe in you, Zach. There is nothing but love for you. Thanks for the letter. Send it. Thank you, Victor. Zach Brown. Okay. That's kind of sick though. Imagine if they win the World Championship this year, Red Bull, with Honda, and Honda just dips. Try to cook my way through the F1 scene with a national dish of each country. This weekend's chicken mashbush is in progress. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Thank fuck. This was the biggest hype from the weekend. No cap. They got rid of those dumb little colors that don't make sense because half the teams don't even rock the color anymore. Like Mercedes having teal when they're not even teal anymore and stuff like that. Now we've just got logos. I love it. I love it. I love it. George Russell will replace Roman Grosjean as director of the GPDA. That's cool. That's cool. I'm surprised it's Russell, considering he hasn't got anywhere near as much experience as Grosjean, but it's cool to have someone like George, you know, who's very open about wanting to improve the sport.
That is P4, P4. Well done. Great job. All right, nice job. Were the fireworks for me? They can be.
Nice, nice, nice. Alonso does not regret leaving Ferrari 2021, and they are not winning. LOL! LOL! Sucks that they finished like 5 places ahead of you though. Tough.
How's that for an appetizing start? As Max
look at his slow reactions. Look at them.
On the occasion of his 50th.
This is why you're an analyst now. Your reactions suck. Fun fact: if Max wins today, he would have won every race after Kvyat got demoted. Oh well, tough. He didn't win. Bottas saying his car is undrivable. Well, Merc did a great job. So you overtake. I'm assuming he overtakes someone and then spins.
Now it's like.
Okay to overtake. Okay to overtake. Okay, BBW's fixed. BBW's fixed. Good job. 20 seconds to start the lap. You're in a good
wow.
mode push.
Wow. 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 Wow.
Okay, you gotta go, go, go.
His engineer was telling him to go as well, though. But that's so fucking dog. I mean, competing is competing, but still, imagine binning it as well. That's so sad. Lewis crossed turn 4 at least 29 times. 1, 2, 3. Jesus fuck. That is quite crazy, to be honest.
Okay, copy Lewis. I'll let you judge the pace.
That's kind of crazy when you put it in perspective like that. So this is what we missed last night in the race. And then Leclerc comes back on him, right? So he defends. Leclerc gets back past. He must go back for a switchback. Woo! clean. That was clean. That was nice. This was Yuki's final lap overtake on Stroll. Too easy. Didn't even defend. Lovely send. Ooh, a bit deep. Listen to her. Look at the grip, man. Look at the
Come on,
grip.
Yuki. 3.7 to Stroll.
Did he say chill, or is that like some Japanese stuff he said or something? Fantasy team. Now, we ended the week with 178 points. We had Verstappen bring home some good points. Norris with turbo driver bring home 58. Gasly obviously crashed. Only got 2 points on him. Leclerc 20 points. Russell 10 points, so that was pretty decent for how cheap he is. And then Red Bull 53, so a pretty decent week for myself. But yeah, I think Gasly was the one that let me down there. For Gasly's price, I was really confident. If he didn't shit the bed, that would have been a really, really good team this week. Yeah, I mean, the only other option I could have done, there was 2 other options I could have done. One, have Perez instead of Verstappen. But I, as I said on Twitter, I didn't want to have a team of any new drivers. I wanted all drivers who drove last year in their cars, because I felt like this race would have been a big learning curve for drivers. Like Ricciardo. That's why I was so hesitant on putting Ricciardo in the car, I should say, because as you saw, he dropped 3 places in the race. Yeah, that's the only other team I really could have done. Or had Sainz instead of Leclerc, and Tsunoda instead of Russell, but it would have traded out points. I would have got like 12 points to Sainz and then like 15 points for Yuki or something. So I don't know. It would have balanced out. So pretty good week for me. So if we go look at our league, yeah, we're equal 24th in the championship. But the crazy thing is, right? The absolutely crazy thing is, if you ignore all the guys, so there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people who used their Mega Driver. Pretty crazy they use their Mega Driver. You usually want to wait until during the season until you're a bit more confident using it on someone. So I'm a bit surprised these guys use Mega Driver. That's why they're so far ahead. Ignoring the guys of Mega Driver who used it, 191 points is the guy technically in first. And then you go all the way down to, let's say, 100 points back. 171, 45. You know what I mean? There's so many people. There's only for a 20-point gap, there's so many people. 45, 38, I think I worked it out earlier. 38 people are within 20 points at the front. That's pretty crazy. I know it's only the first week and 20 points is quite a lot in fantasy, but at the same time, it really shows that this new fantasy model is really good because people pick so many different teams and everyone's all so condensed still. I love it. Really, really, really good. So yeah, leading this week, obviously the guys of Mega Drive, we've got Matt Dabry leading with his Mega Driver on Hamilton. Wow. Okay, well, he used his Mega Driver, risky as fuck, but it worked out. Mega Driver on someone who actually won the race, so good on Matt Dabry for that. But leading without Mega Driver, we've got Nash Racing getting 191 points. He had Turbo on Norris, Hamilton, Russell, Perez. So that's a really, really good team. I would be a bit worried about him moving forward in the season, though, having McLaren as his team, because if McLaren keep finishing where they are for the rest of the season, the Red Bull will slowly start eking out McLaren. But yeah, I think it was a really good week considering how well Tsunoda did. And yeah, actually, that's a really banging team, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, we're down in 24th. Who's in last? It's name and shame. Atomizer. What happened to him this week? Stroll, Perez, Russell, Alonso, AlphaTauri. Okay. I don't know what Atomizer was smoking, but yeah. Alright, and F1 play real quick. Let's quickly have a look at our F1 play. We got 2 out of 10, which is 20% of what everyone got. No one got 10 out of 10. Someone got 9 out of 10? How? So, we didn't get Max, Lewis, or Gasly right. Fastest lap, we did not get Bottas right. First finish for Q1, we did not get Gasly right. First finish Q2, we did not get Raikkonen right. First retire. Fucking mouse went flying. First retirement, got Mazepin right. Finishes, my prediction was 14. I cannot believe 18 people finished the race. Very, very surprising for the first race of the season. And then winning margin, safety car I did get yes. Winning margin was actually quite close than what I expected. So Quinto got 4 out of 10. And then Christo at the bottom with Artemis and Degree on 1. Interesting.
Keep it down.